Hello everybody, this is Frozen Hunter, and today I will be doing a little bit of a different video. Instead of a usual playthrough video that I would usually do, this is more of a game introduction video. This is to introduce a game that I've recently played that I really find fun, and it's a bit shorter just to kind of show you an overview. Throughout the video, you'll be seeing gameplay on the screen. That's gameplay that I myself played, and if that's interesting to you, or you want to see more, or maybe you watch this video but you're not sure if you want the game and you want to see a little bit more, I am posting a full playthrough video about 40 minutes long that should be up at the same time as this video, and it should be linked within this video. For today's video, I will be covering the game called Peglin, which was released April 25th, 2022. It's still in early access, and it is a deck-building roguelike pinball game released by Red Nexus Games. I think the first thing that most people are going to notice is that it reminds them of course, Peggle, but then also reminds me heavily of Slay the Spire, and it has a lot of the aspects of Slay the Spire that I have come to enjoy. So, beginning off with just some basic information about Peglin. Peglin is essentially Peggle, but you're fighting enemies. You shoot a pinball into a bunch of pegs that get destroyed as you hit them. It increases, instead of the score that you get, it increases the amount of damage that that specific ball does. And then once it reaches the bottom, you release that attack onto the enemies in front of you. And then throughout the game, you pick up different pinballs that do different things. Maybe it's just a rock that does extra damage, or a lightning ball that can damage any enemy of your choice, or maybe it's a poison dagger that does more damage over time, but all of them kind of follow the same rule set of the more pins you hit, the more damage you do. This, of course, follows the Slay the Spire turn-based-esque turn system where you have your quote-unquote deck, which is all the different pinballs that you've picked up, and you have some chance of choosing which card or which pinball you use at a time, but it really is up to chance and how you shuffle your deck of pinballs, and then you have to try and, of course, get as much damage done to the enemies before you die. It also has relics, just like Slay the Spire, that change the gameplay mechanics and can really enhance whatever build you're doing, or detract if you don't get the right relics. If you try and build the wrong build type without the right relics, it can really hurt you. It also has the Slay the Spire-esque map system, where instead of starting at the bottom and climbing your way up to the top, choosing your path, you start at the top and you kind of fall down almost like a pinball. And it's not purely by choice. You do have some choice with where you shoot your ball, but a lot of times your ball might bounce around and land in a pathway that you didn't expect, and now you're going somewhere where you weren't really 100% planning for or prepared for, but you have to deal with it because that's the way the run is going. And of course, it follows standard roguelike procedures where you die, but if you do certain achievements, you might unlock new characters. For this specifically, there's three different characters that you can unlock by achieving different achievements as shown on screen. I think part of the reason that I find this game to be so fun is that it has that low requirement to entry, just like Slay the Spire or Peggle does. It's kind of both of those styles of games make it really easy to enter. It's at your own pace, no one's rushing you. It's not like a first-person shooter where you have to be quick with it. It's not like Enter the Gungeon where you have to be in a bullet hell constantly running around paying attention to everything. You can stop, take a break, and make a plan for exactly how you're going to play out your turn, but it also has a really, really high skill ceiling. Most of the time you're doing maybe a couple hundred damage a turn, but I have gotten to the point on some of my runs where I did over 100,000 damage in a turn. Super surprising, but if you have the right relics with the right setup and then you have the right pinballs, you're able to do a massive amount of damage and clear out pretty easily. And yes, of course, it takes luck, just like any other roguelike, but it also takes a high level of skill that only the highest level of players are really going to be able to find, which I am nowhere near. I was lucky to get there, and I think there's a lot of easier ways to get there than I did, but I really enjoy that aspect where it feels like anyone can play, but only the best can really reach the highest level. Just some other game mechanics that you'd probably be aware of, especially if you've played games like Slay the Spire. I feel like I'm saying that name so much, but it has question mark rooms, which might either give you a random event that gives you a boon, or it might give you a regular enemy to a fight, or maybe even an elite enemy. But it always gives you something random. And then there's also elite enemies that drop extra relics. There's chests that always have a relic in them. And at the end, there's a boss that you must defeat before moving on to the next level, which then, of course, has different enemy types and harder and harder for each level. But overall, I think that is the synopsis of Peglin. If this is something that you believe that you would enjoy, um, I've already put the Steam link into the description. If you aren't certain, but it looks fun or you want to watch someone else play it, I did just upload a video going over Peglin where I go through a run. There's a little mistake at the end, which if you get to the video, you'll see. But overall, I love this game. I think it's super fun. I'll keep playing it. I'll probably post more onto my channel. And if that's something that you want to see or you enjoy seeing, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll keep making videos like this. And if you like this style of video where I kind of just go over a quick game to help you understand if you want to buy it or what the game's about, then just let me know and I can keep making videos like this. Have a great rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you back.